Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to bring you another video today on nano dimensions. My name is Richard Allen. Again, thank you so much for joining me as always. I want you to know that I'm trying to grow my portfolio by 30% per month for the next year. So if you want to be a part of that journey, please consider subscribing. But again, like Nano Dimensions is some of my favorite videos to make, and there's some of my most popular videos and my most liked videos. So I appreciate you guys watching and commenting and getting me to think about Nano Dimensions in a different way, because I just finished reading over their 6K that they posted just on the 23rd of October, and I have some really cool news and some of the most exciting things that I want to bring to you from Nano Dimensions, because I put out a video yesterday that I think Nano Dimensions could 30 times, okay? And I'm gonna show you why in today's video by talking about some of the things about Nano Dimensions and some of the prospectus that they have in their 6K. So, one of the most exciting things about Nano Dimensions is their reoccurring revenue model, okay? So let's think about a company that you might be excited about. Tesla, NIO, Apple, something like that, okay? So let's take Tesla for instance, right? If Tesla only sold cars and that's all they did, they didn't have any superchargers, they didn't have any services at all, they didn't have any energy, any like solar, any battery packs, any technology, any IP. All they did was they sold cars and that's it. They said, okay, cool, thank you for buying the car, see you later, okay? That's the traditional car model, okay? But that's not Tesla. What about NIO? What if NIO just sold cars, right? But their batteries weren't swappable. I love that about NIO. Their batteries are swappable. They have service, okay? They have software as a service. So does Tesla with their autonomy and things like that, okay? Nano Dimensions, again, this is a company that's worth $150 million right now that I think could get into the $9 to $10 billion mark in the next 3 to 5 years. Reading over their 6K gives me really no doubt in my mind that that will happen, because they're not just selling these Dragonfly LDM machines, they're actually going out there and they're creating services, okay? They have a service called Nano Services, it's Nano S, and it's an offering for customers, right? Let's say they don't want to purchase a full machine for $250,000, but they still want to take advantage of Nano's services. And what Nano's doing is they have 3 factories right now. One in the US, one of course in Israel where they are from, and then one in Hong Kong, right? And what these factories are doing is they're taking orders, right? If you want something printed, if you want a circuit board printed or some sort of device 3D printed by Nano, you can send in a CAD image and have something done within a week. Okay, so let's say a customer only needs 50 of something, or 100 of something, or 1,000. Nano could potentially deliver that in a week to their customers, right? So a customer could order something, say, worth $100,000, and that's the only thing they're going to do that year, and they don't need a full machine. But next year they might buy something as well, or need more circuit boards. They could take advantage of Nano S services, okay? This is one of the most exciting things for me. This could be worth tens or hundreds of millions of dollars worth of revenue for Nano Dimensions in the long run. And they're looking at building more factories instead of just the 3 that they have in the US, Israel, and Hong Kong. But they're strategically positioned in North America, in Europe, and in Asia to take advantage of the different segments of the market depending on where they're at. Also, one of the awesome things I learned about Nano Dimensions, and I knew this most of this already, but they have 3 multi-billion-dollar defense contractors that they work with. 3 multi-billion-dollar defense contractors. So the reason I say that is defense contractors, when you think of that, that's government money for the most part, okay? That's like guaranteed money, okay? And again, we know that Nano Dimensions is first to market. They have that first mover advantage, right? And they sell these machines to these major companies, and then they these companies have to come back and buy their inks and their materials for the machines. So there's that reoccurring model that we keep talking about, okay? Also, there's two European defense companies and multiple Secret Service companies as well, and a huge tech conglomerate that they work with as well. So far, they've sold over 60 machines that they've deployed worldwide. And this is just the beginning for them, they say. This is just the very beginning. And again, these machines are not cheap. They're $250,000. So if you know, they can sell hundreds of these a year, which I think they can, that's billions of dollars worth of revenue. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. There's a ton of potential for the cost of the machine, but then the reoccurring model for them having to sell those dielectric inks and the different materials that go into the machines. So also they work directly with the Department of Defense here in the U.S. So that's, again, government money. It's like guaranteed money. There could be billions of dollars worth of contracts that the government, you know, with the budget we have of like $500 billion or something crazy with our Defense Department. Just imagine that Nano Dimensions gets a small portion of that. There could be billions of dollars worth of contracts in different defense departments throughout the world that we don't even know exist yet, right? Nano Dimensions is estimating that their total addressable market over the next 5 years will grow to 26 billion. But that's assuming that just the normal growth pattern of what we've had so far. But this year is proven to be very disruptive in the technology and innovation space, okay? When the world goes through tough times, and we're going through tough times right now, it tends to accelerate innovation. It tends to accelerate, you know, things like tech and 3D printing. I think we'll see a lot of these 3D printing companies come back, like Nano Dimensions. You know, they were worth, you know, 3 times what they're worth now, not that long ago. So there's a huge opportunity for Nano Dimensions to get to that point again, to get to that $9, $10 per share soon. But over the next 3 to 5 years, they're saying that we could have another 2 to 4 quarters that are really tough. Okay, but what they're doing is they're investing a ton of money. They're investing a ton of money right now to increase the gap between the other companies, their potential competitors, to say, you know, look, we're years ahead of you now. Now we're going to spend, they have like $50 million in the bank, which is great. It's a great cash position for them. They're worth $150 million. They have $50 million in the bank. That's amazing. So they have this money, so they're going to keep spending it on research and development to create smaller and smaller machines, potentially cheaper machines, and then to create more and more technology and services like this Nano S technology that they have. And that's what they're going to do over the next 2 to 4 quarters to further the gap between them and their potential competitors. So I hope that helps some of you that had the question about, hey, how did I get to the numbers of this potential 30x in this company? Because I love that question that one of you posed for me this morning, that, hey, you know, I thank you for the video, great video, but how did you get to your numbers? I was hoping that you were going to talk about, you know, some of their revenue. They're growing their revenue by 50+% every year. This year and like this last 2 quarters have been tough, but they've been tough for everybody. They've been tough for everybody. So they're doubling down and they're spending a lot more money. But over the last few years, their revenue has grown a ton. So, but they've also gotten their cost of revenue down as well. So that's something to look into as well. When I was running a jewelry store, that's something we looked at. We had a great year one year, right? And then we sold even more the next year, but our cost of revenue went up, right? Because the price of precious metals were going up, the price of diamonds, the price of the things that we were selling were going up, and our margins were getting smaller. So it's something that you need to consider. Their margins are going up, okay? Their revenue is going up, their cost of revenue is going down. That's a trajectory that I really like to see with the company. And again, they're at the beginning. They've only sold 60 machines. They've spent millions and millions of dollars on R&D over the last few years, and they're poised to take advantage of this disruptive time in our world And again, there could be billions and billions of dollars worth of contracts that we just don't know about. So that's why I'm so excited for Nano Dimensions, because it's a disruptive company with a disruptive technology, and they have first mover advantage. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all your support over the last few days. I've grown my channel by double, and I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers as soon as possible. So YouTube's telling me that 80% of you are not subscribed. So please, if you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing. I'm trying to grow my portfolio by 30% per month for the next year, and I would really appreciate your support. I want to take you along on that journey with me. So thank you so much. Again, if you didn't already do it, please click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.